Not really training our skills very well, mostly because these guys aren't worth much experience anymore relative to how much we need to train them. Well, we hit level 14. That's good. And a 7-headed Hydra. Okay. So, use this one of cold on him. Takes care of that. Found a sling. Hydras regenerate very quickly. Your regeneration rate is also dependent on how many max points you have, as well as any bonus items or special abilities you might have. So Hydras actually have a regeneration rate much more than their maximum hit points would otherwise give them. So they're pretty irritating in that sense. But their main danger comes from the very large number of attacks they can make every round. I'm just about out of time. We're almost done the layer, actually, now that I think about it. We could probably finish it up next turn, or next video. And after that, we'll probably do... I don't know what we'll do. Actually, we'll probably do the hive after that, I'd imagine. Yeah. But now that I notice it, I've actually run over time, blabbing on, so I guess I'll make this into another double video, so this will cut off at some inconvenient time and then pick up somewhere else. Another black snake. These guys get renamed in the more recent version of the game. Black mambas, I believe. Don't know what that means, really. But that's their name now, I guess. And the snake has no intention of dying. He's running away rather quickly. He's a griffin, sort of like a better version of a hippogriff. Still not very strong though. Not strong enough anyway. Oops, didn't mean to eat a meat ration. Death yaks. They, one of the main features of the lower levels of the layer is a whole bunch of death yaks. They can be pretty annoying. They hit pretty hard, and they're immune to poison. I think they're immune. Yeah, they're definitely immune to poison. And they can, what was it? Oh, they have a very high magic resistance, which is unusual. Most animal type creatures don't have a good magic resistance. Death yaks are one of the exceptions to that. They can be pretty irritating to fight, but fortunately they're worth a whole bunch of experience, and they don't really hit hard enough to be that much of a danger to us. They did do a bit of damage to us, but not enough to really be worried about them. That's again thanks to a very high AC and a very useful heavy armor bonus. And we found a glowing cloak, so I'm going to try putting that on. It's a +2 glowing cloak. That increased our AC by another 4, and now up to 38, which is very, very high. Let's see here. It's probably as high as it needs to be, really. I mean, most guys can't really even hurt us at this point. Higher level enemies, of course, can, but... And our AC is probably going to get a lot higher before the end of the game, but even 38 is really very quite high. Especially since AC applies to most kinds of attacks. There's a few select ones that it doesn't apply to, but they're mostly not very important. Or, well, they are important, but they're usually pretty rare, and to compensate for the fact that they ignore AC, they also tend to do not very much damage, and as well as having very high AC, we also have very high total hit points, so definitely okay in that regard as well. Let's see here. Plant. I don't like plants. Actually, I think we could do with some more stones. I'll take those stones. A smoking bow. We found a random artifact bow. I like to take random artifacts whenever I find them. Another amulet of the gourmand. Don't really need another one. so leave that one behind. Here's a bunch of wolves, or no, war dogs. War dogs are often in the company of this one unique opponent that can spawn them. But since we're on the lair, I guess in this case, they just spawned of their own accord. Since this area spawns almost exclusively animal creatures. Well, they are pretty much exclusively animal creatures, but on the first level, there's a chance of some creatures from the dungeon spilling over onto the first level of the lair. Not a very high chance, but it's definitely a possibility. And a boring beetle. Just take care of him. Warped Scythe, another artifact weapon. That's pretty cool. Rune quarterstaff. Stone, stone bullets. Oh, a very large door. Wonder where that leads. This is probably an ant vault. If you open it up, there's probably going to be a bunch of ants inside. Yeah, there they are. What was that? Oh, it was a lead wand. Okay, so we'll just fight our way through these ants. Fortunately, they can poison you. Didn't know ants had poison. Do ants have poison? I thought they just bit things. Now we're poisoned and sick, which isn't a good combination. Since when we're sick, we don't regenerate our hit points, and when we're poisoned, we slowly lose them. But we got plenty of hit points to make up for that, and the sickness is now gone. That's good. Okay. Okuaru. Ooh. A smoking executioner's axe. That's cool. Let's identify that. +8, -4. Ooh. Axe of the Imperium. Well, it's an executioner's axe, which is the best axe in the game. It has a huge base damage rating of 20. This one, unfortunately, isn't very good because while it has a +8 attack modifier, it has a -4 damage modifier, which isn't the greatest. So it isn't really much better than a regular, just plain axe. So as far as an artifact, it's not very good. However, it does emit a flame when wielded, causing extra injury to most foes and up to double damage against particularly susceptible foes. So it's a flaming weapon, like the kind we've been looking for quite a long time. And importantly, it can be used very well against hydras. Fortunately, it requires 2 hands to wield. So this sort of deals with our hydra problem, to a degree, anyway. And we get a pretty cool item out of the deal either way. Fortunately, we've got a whole bunch of them. We're carrying a whole bunch of stuff right now, so I'm going to try to identify some of this. Q. Wow. Ah, yes. The cursed +13/+13 scythe of curses. This is an interesting item. This is actually a fixed artifact. It's not a random one. It also has a special ability. I can't remember exactly how that one works. But basically, while it does have a +13/+13 bonus, that particular item will lose that bonus as soon as you wield it, and then curse itself. So it's a bit of a dick item. I did wield it once because I didn't know what it was, playing in another game. But it's sort of a funny little item. There's quite a few fixed artifacts like that, but they're usually pretty rare. I actually don't really find them that often myself, but maybe other people have had more luck with them. Most of them aren't very useful anyway. Not that most grand arts are very useful, but in particular the fixed artifacts aren't very useful, I find. But anyway, that was an interesting find, and it looks like we're just about done for this video, so I'll see you next time.